Hello everyone. This hour on Verbling, we're going to be doing the next in my Getting Results in Business series of classes. Today, oops, let me get my name on screen as I'm talking to you. Today we're going to be doing our very last class in the Project Management Unit, and we're going to be having an hour-long Project Management meeting. I'm John Eric, your Verbling teacher for this hour, coming at you from Lisbon, Portugal to bring you this class. And as we're waiting for people to come in, I'm going to do a quick introduction and just remind you that you can follow me by clicking on the link that you now see in the chat window to follow me, to see all of my upcoming classes. I've been teaching for 15 years. The last 2 years here at Verbling, since February 2013, I've taught over 1,000 classes. Over the last 15 years, I've taught general English to teens, to adults, business English at companies like BP, Deloitte, Prada, BCG, and other multinationals. I've taught some exam and academic classes at high schools and universities here in Europe, CPE, FCE, IELTS, TOEFL, those kind of classes. So, click on that link to see my upcoming classes by clicking the follow button, but also book a tutoring session to see what a custom tailored lesson is like. You and I will work out a learning plan, and we will decide what goals are important, when to get them done, and how to go about it. We'll work on a plan together. So as we're all coming in, I'm going to share my material with you. Give me a second to get this on screen. And I'm going to open the presentation and give you the link in the window. As I'm doing that, I'll first give you the notes, and then we'll get started with our meeting. So there's our notes document. And as soon as I get that open, we will do the presentation as well. It's a little bit slow. All right, so welcome back, everyone. Jose, Cornell, Rebecca, nice to see you. Good morning, everyone.
Nice to see you.
Good morning.
And
Hello, John. Hello.
And let's say hello. Hello, Jose. And let's say hello to a new face. We have Ms. Ellen. Hello, Ellen. How are you?
Hello, I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Where are you from, Ellen?
I'm from Belgium.
Belgium. Very good. Now, the link that I gave you, you can see in the window. That's our notes, where I try to put summaries and links to all the material that we use. So if you scroll down, you don't have to open this if you don't want to, but if you scroll down, you've got my contacts there, and you've got a summary of classes, and I think I still have to update this for the summaries. But what we're going to do is, let's go right to presentation 4. Even if you weren't in the other classes, you can still participate in this class. Some of the vocabulary may be new for you, okay? And as soon as I get that open, I'll put that in the chat window as well. Okay, so there's the direct link for the presentation that we're going to be doing, and I'll put it in the Verbling chat. Okay. That's strange. The Verbling chat is not opening for me. Oh, is it? Yes, it is. Now it is. Okay. Okay, so here is presentation 4. Okay. Now, I'm going to share my screen so you don't have to open it if you don't want to, but if you want it or you want a copy of it, click that, download it. So let's see what we're going to do. We're going to first get a little bit of background on a situation that we're going to be dealing with in a meeting. So we'll be reading this together. And as always, we're going to get an expert view from someone out there in the world of business and management. And we're going to keep that opinion in mind as we have the meeting. So we'll be reading this. Hold on a second. And then for the rest of the class, about 3/4 of the class, we're going to be doing a task where you, all of you, are in a project team meeting, and you're going to be planning a task like the one that you've read. I'm going to give you some information, and you'll be updating each other or getting updates from each other, working on the language of updates and the language of delegating tasks. Okay? So let's go back to this slide 3, and let's talk about this expert view before we look at the topic for the meeting. Okay? So, Mr. Wellington, how are you this morning?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Excellent. Very good. Very good. I would like you, if you could, to read the expert view. And, yeah, there we go. I was just going to say, Rebecca, we're getting a lot of noise, so when you're ready to speak, you can turn your microphone back on, okay? But for the moment, just keep it off because we're getting lots of background noise, okay? Wellington, can you do the expert view for us? And then in class, we're going to summarize it together. This is from Chris Vanderhoven, lecturer in innovation at the Cranfield School of Management in the UK. Okay, go for it, Wellington.
Okay. The expert view. The project planning process should ensure that the work scope can be done within the deadlines, time, and budget cost, and through the right specification
Wait, one more
quality.
time. Specification. Specification.
Specification
Good.
quality. These four elements variables are interrelated and together make up the project baseline. If one of them changes, for example, a reduction in time or budget, or an increase in scope, then the others need to be adjusted to keep the baseline business benefit. Sorry, I don't see.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Okay. Business benefit. A good project manager is able to judge what the trade-off is if one of the variables changes. This requires clear thinking during planning and careful tracking during the execution of the project.
Okay, very good. Let me just go back to a few difficult words. So one more time. Specification.
Specification.
I'm hearing an E at the beginning. I'm hearing E specification, but be careful. Just specification.
Okay. Specification.
Good. Variables.
Variables.
It's more like variables.
Okay. Variables.
Yeah,
Variables.
I know it's spelled like var, but it's actually quickly pronounced variables, okay?
Okay.
And execution.
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 Good. That's it. That was it. Okay. So let's decide what he means by this. How would you, let's boil this down into a simple gist statement. What's the gist of what Chris Vanderhoven is trying to tell us, class? In your own words, what's he trying to tell us, class? Class means any of you.
That in a project there are a lot of parameters that they are changing parameters that they are changing along the project.
Okay,
If you
very
modify
good.
one parameter, could be affected to another one.
Be careful of the pronunciation. Parameters.
Okay, parameters.
Parameters. I guess it's the
Parameters.
Good, yeah. Second syllable. Yeah, that's it. Very good. I think you're right. Yeah, there's a lot of parameters. There's 4 in particular, and they change along the life of the project, so you can't look at things statically. You have to look at them dynamically, that things are always changing. Not static, but dynamic. Okay. So, very good. And let me see. And those 4 parameters are, let's make sure those are clear. So, Ellen, did you get those 4 parameters based on this? Yeah?
Yes. Work, time, cost, and quality.
Mm-hmm. Work or scope?
Yeah.
So let's say
okay.
Scope.
Scope, time, cost, and quality.
Cost and quality. Okay, very good. To put those in the chat window because those are the 4 concepts we're going to use to think about how effective our project management is in the meeting. All right. Are there any questions? Oh, I'm sorry. One more thing. Tanya, you joined us a little bit late. Welcome to class. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
So, Tanya, let's clarify one word here. Those parameters, so as I said, those parameters that Ellen just mentioned, scope, time, cost, and quality, they need to be constantly adjusted. What do we call what's the word I'm looking for? Not what do we call, but in the middle of the paragraph there, it talks about the baseline business benefit, BBB, baseline business benefit. Then others need to be adjusted to keep the baseline business benefit. Baseline is a good work-related word. It's a good business English word. Can you think of a synonym for baseline that might fit that sentence? It's a little bit tricky.
The baseline.
Yeah.
This word is in a test?
It's in the text, yeah. So listen to that sentence again. If one of the parameters changes, then the others need to be adjusted to keep the baseline business benefit. I mean, it's a little bit weird. Why did I say baseline? It's a good English, it's a good business vocabulary word.
Could be planning.
Okay, let's get a few ideas. Could it be planning? Okay. Class, let's give some other ideas. One could be planning. Another could be what? Any other ideas?
Research.
Research. So we got planning, research. Any other ideas? I mean, what is a baseline in the real world?
Baseline is basic settings or
Basic
something like that.
I like it, yeah. Basic setting, okay? The basic home base if you're playing baseball, okay? So, if it's home base or the basic setting, it's the, not specifically research or any of those things in particular, it just means it's the starting point. It's the foundation of the project. So you can take a look at a quick definition in the chat window. A minimum starting point, or maybe a measurement, the baseline, the foundation of the project. Rebecca, are you there?
It's the beginning.
The beginning, yeah. The beginning that we planned together. Rebecca, there's another word that we should clarify. A good project manager is able to judge what the trade-off is. Can you think of another word that means something similar to trade-off? It's a good business English word.
Trade-off is sell.
Is that?
It's like sell. Trade-off.
Not in this case. It's not exactly the same as sell. How about I give you an example, and then you tell me if you can think of a synonym. Look at the chat window. Can you read that sentence to me? In the chat window?
Yeah. Well, let me. Okay. Now, a trade-off between objectivity and relevance.
Yeah, or a trade-off between price and quality would be another example. So what does trade-off mean? I mean, can you think of a synonym in that context? Trade-off.
Something like
It could be a word, it could be a phrase. Doesn't have to be one particular word.
can I say worth it?
Yeah, okay.
Be worth it or pay off.
Payoff. Yeah. Payoff is another
Value.
good word.
Pay
Say
off
again?
better.
Value. Okay.
Value.
There's a missing idea here, though. It's you're right. It's got to do with the value, but there's still a missing idea. It has to do with the balance of the. Say again.
Comparison.
Comparison. Right. Comparison, and it's the balance of factors or values. In other words, trade-off is what you give up to get something else. The trade-off is what you have to give up. So, what would be the trade-off? Ellen, you said comparison. What would be the trade-off for, let's say you got to buy a new car. What would be the trade-off of buying, let's say, a cheap car, or maybe even a bicycle? What would be the trade-off between buying a bicycle instead of a car? What would be, or vice versa? Let's give a real concrete example here of a trade-off.
You mean when you buy a bicycle instead of a car, or a cheap car instead of an expensive car?
Either.
Yeah,
Either
okay.
way.
You will give up comfort.
Okay. The trade-off could be comfort.
You will, if you buy a cheaper car compared to a more expensive one, you will have less extras.
Less extras. Less extras. Yeah. And what about the fuel?
Yeah, you will. Yeah, if you buy a bicycle instead of a car, of course you won't. You will not spend money on fuel, or you. Unless
you consider sandwiches fuel, right?
Okay.
You do have to eat to pedal the bicycle. You're right. So the trade-offs, those are good examples. A trade-off could be comfort if you buy a cheaper car, or less extras. A trade-off could be a benefit, though. A benefit could be that if you buy a bicycle, that you reduce your fuel costs. You don't have to pay for fuel. So that is trade-off and baseline. Let's say a quick hello to Lionel. Hello, Lionel. Thanks for joining us. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Lionel, what part of Italy are you from? You said you said you were from Italy the other day, didn't you?
No, Argentina.
Oh, Argentina. I should have remembered, Lionel.
Don't worry.
Bad point for you, John Eric.
Today is not my day. Lionel, we're going to be having a project management meeting where we're going to delegate tasks, take responsibility for certain things, and get updates from each other on the status of the project. So really good practice for real life when you're working.
Okay.
And we learn right now from our expert on this page that we need to balance scope, cost, quality, and variables. Things that scope, cost, and quality, which are the variables that will change throughout the life of the project. So keep that in mind. And what I want you to do is give us a little bit of background. So I want you to take the first 2 short paragraphs. Let's find out a little bit about what it's like to do a launch party. This is going to be the project that we'll be dealing with. Okay? So can you read the first 2 paragraphs for us about the launch party, Leonel?
Okay. Background. The Sustainable Dance Club.
Like this. Sustainable. Sustainable. Good.
Sustainable. Well, NB is an international organization which help young people to develop profitable business ideas that had a positive effect on the environment and the local community. NB is working in a partnership with the architectural firm architectural firm Door on an exciting new project. A sustainable dance club is the city of the Rotterdam.
Not the Rotterdam, just Rotterdam. The city of Rotterdam.
Rotterdam.
Okay, one more time. Sustainable.
Sustainable.
Good. Organization.
Organization.
Okay, very good, very good. And one last one. Environment.
Environment.
Yeah. I know it looks like environment, but it's pronounced environ. Environment.
Environment.
Exactly.
Environment.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay. So, what do you say there, Mr. Cornell? Can you take why don't you take the rest of it, the second half?
Sorry?
Sorry?
What was the question?
Could you continue?
Yeah, of course.
Cornell was asleep.
Yeah.
You were sleeping. You were sleeping.
I am awake. I am awake.
Good, good. Starting from the club.
The club will have a low impact on the environment, recycle energy, and raise awareness among young people of social and environment issues. Envy and Dole are cooperating with cooperating with the Technical University of Delft and the Development Board of Rotterdam. Around 80 volunteers, mostly students and young professionals, are working on the project. They are helping to construct and equip the club ready for the launch party in a few weeks' time.
Okay, okay. Let's make sure that's very clear, okay? So, Tanya, one more time, what kind of project is this? What makes this project sort of interesting? Why is it a little different than other projects? What would you say?
This project is different because they are worry about the environment.
Right.
And is they need to plan a lunch. They are organizing a lunch party, having a worry about concerning about the, how can I say?
What you said was fine. They're concerned about environment, so this
environment and the effect on an environment and in the local community.
Absolutely. Community.
Good. Community.
Careful, because all the U's in English are really EU. Community.
Community.
T.
Community.
Good. And the same thing also, when you said party, you said part instead of party. So
party, okay.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay, let's see if you understood the text. It's very short, but let's see if you got it. So I'm going to move forward here and ask you, let's start with you, Mr. Wellington. Can you take question 1 for us? Give us your opinion.
In what ways are nightclubs environmentally unfriendly?
Yeah, we wouldn't do this project if it wasn't necessary. Or this project would be, this is a real place, by the way, in Rotterdam, as far as I know. By the way, has anyone been to Rotterdam? Do you know this place?
No, I don't know.
Maybe, Ellen, have you been to Rotterdam?
Not to Rotterdam, no, not yet.
Okay, all right. I thought that was close to you. Maybe you know.
Close. It's very close, yes.
All right. So Wellington, start us off. If there wasn't a need for an environmentally friendly place, we wouldn't do the project. So let's identify what is normally environmentally unfriendly. Can you give me an example? What do you think?
Environmentally unfriendly.
About nightclubs, discotheques.
Yes. For example, they spend cup of plastic, for example.
Right. So, what do we call that?
Sorry?
So what do we call that? What's that word when you've got things that could be recycled but maybe aren't? Littering the streets. What do we call that?
I don't know.
You do. You know. Because it's the same in Portuguese. Begins with a P.
Sorry.
Sounds like revolution, but it begins with a P. Class, help him out. What's the word with plastic, paper? Pollution. Yeah.
Pollution.
Okay.
Right. So pollution is one way they're environmentally unfriendly. They use maybe lots of plastic because they don't want to break their glasses. It's cheaper. Excellent. Okay. And Jose, could you give us another idea for how they're environmentally unfriendly?
Unfriendly.
I mean, as long as
could be the noise, for example.
Noise.
Music, things like that.
We can call that noise pollution.
Noise pollution. Okay.
Absolutely. You know, it's a serious thing. It's not just that it bothers people, but depending on where these places are, they can bother even the wildlife. You know, there's so much noise that we destroy the habitats of, like you can't have construction in the United States near areas that are protected because of the wildlife. Even the noise pollution can disturb the ecosystem. But in a city, it's mostly for people. You can't sleep at night if you hear doompa, doompa, doompa.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, you can't sleep at night.
And that makes waking up the next day very difficult. So, Lionel, what do you think about number 2? How could you make one...
Sorry, Eric.
Yeah.
Can I one more? Light pollution.
Light pollution.
Light pollution.
You've got... Yeah, go for it.
We can't see now the stars. We can't see. In the city, we can't see the stars. Only in the field.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. So, overall, it's that we have this huge impact on the environment. And there's another one, too, which is what about energy?
Yeah.
Light pollution, but also all that electricity needed to keep the music, the air conditioning, the lights, all of those little special strobe lights and machines and refrigeration, they spend a lot of energy. Lionel, this one's for you. Number 2. Lionel, how could you make a nightclub more environmentally friendly? What are some ideas you have to solve some of those problems?
Well, I don't have too much idea.
Well,
I don't have idea.
Think about some of the problems we mentioned. Pollution, like lots and lots of plastic and paper being used, plastic cups, things like that. Noise pollution, because the sound, goes right through the walls, or they might have the doors open. Light and energy. Light energy being spent to keep the building on at night, when it, or even during the day. Sometimes they're open as a cafe during the day. So think about it for a minute. Ellen, what would you say? What's one thing you think we could do to make it more environmentally friendly?
Using recyclable, like instead of plast, using recyclable drinking cups.
Glassware.
Instead of plastware. What?
Glassware. Glassware.
Yeah, glassware. And
in this case, it doesn't have to be made out of glass, but in other words, glassware is all the things you drink out of.
Aha, okay.
Using recycled glassware.
And then maybe using LED light instead of regular light. It uses less energy.
Using LEDs.
Yes.
LEDs.
You don't say LED light?
No.
We say LED light, okay.
Okay.
LEDs.
Yeah, because lead is a hazardous soft metal that
okay.
So we would say LEDs. And Lionel, what were you saying? I think we interrupted you.
Mm-hmm.
Lionel, you were saying something?
Yes. Glassware could be dangerous for the people.
Well, the main problem is that they want to save money, so they might not use glass because it's going to break all the time. So they think they're saving money by using plastic, but as a result, it's pollution. It's going to be in the streets. It's unnecessary to use plastic so much. Okay, so using recycled plastic might be an option. LEDs, they're low cost, less energy. Good. Say?
Building the build using a good isolation.
Pronunciation.
Isolation.
I know, but pronunciation. Building. Yeah.
Building.
We don't pronounce the U.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Using good insulation.
John Eric, one thing about LED. It is not cheap. It could be profitable for long terms, not short terms.
Yeah, it's an investment.
Changing the lights to LEDs. It is not a cheap, not the cheapest way.
So it's not a cheap solution.
Yes, solution. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a good long-term solution.
Yeah.
By the way, as I go along, I'm going to keep putting vocabulary suggestions in the chat window, and what you should do is put these in your notebooks and use them. Copy them down after class and put them into use.
John, I can't see your annotations here in my notebook. I don't know why.
I'm writing in the Verbling chat window. So if you click on the blue box with the V in it, it will open on the right side of your screen.
And it's open, but I can't see even.
But after class, you'll be able to see it. Even
okay.
Now it'll be there. Okay, and if there's any problems, send me a message, and I'll send you the vocabulary. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So I want you to listen to a meeting. This is going to be really, really short because I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes having a meeting. But I want you to listen to one first to get an idea of how they talk about some of the issues that they're dealing with. Okay? So we're going to start with a little listening, and then we're going to have a meeting of our own to solve a very similar problem to the one that we're reading about. So give me just a second. Here we go. Listen to one of the volunteers talking about the project. Compare what the volunteer says to your answers, the ones you just gave. Listen carefully. This is the volunteer. Clubbing isn't normally a very environmentally friendly activity. It uses large amounts of energy for heating and cooling the room. For lighting, it uses lots of waters in the toilets and washrooms every night, plus all the glass and plastic bottles, huge amounts of waste. Besides this, you know, clubs, they need to be refurbished quite often. New floors, new paint, new equipment. It uses lots and lots and lots of material, lots of resources. So, how can this club we're going to make be different? Well, we're planning to have lots of sustainable features. The best one is the energy generating dance floor. How does it work? Well, it's great. It's made of a special material that takes the energy of dancers and uses it to power the music and the lights. Low energy lighting, of course, LEDs. Then, we're putting in a system where the toilets will actually use rainwater. There's a system that controls the temperature too, and the walls change color as the temperature changes. What else? Well, we're having a rooftop garden for relaxation, a kind of chill-out zone, and we'll be having a launch party really soon, quite soon actually. We're expecting about 1,200 people. We're having a lot of different music, really good DJs, visual projections by Orbi and Orbi. That's a visual effects group. And we're planning to have free organic beer for the launch party. And there'll be ethical clothing companies there, like Koichi, Japan, that they're doing consultations for us. So it's a lot of work, but it's really fun. And it all needs very careful planning. So I'd say we're making really good progress. We're on schedule, but there's still a lot to do. So, before we have our meeting, did you hear some other problems or other solutions that we didn't mention? Was anything new?
Yes.
Like what?
Yeah.
The rainwater for the toilet, the organic beer,
Yeah.
the clothing, the dance floor energy.
What about the clothing? What kind of clothing was it?
Ethical clothing.
Yeah. We have that expression, what is it in English? Fair trade. Fair trade. That means that it's ethical. The people making the clothing are not exploited, and they share in the profit or something like that. Very good. And Cornell, would you add anything to that? You were starting to say something.
I would like to add the same as Alam.
Okay, okay. Yeah, basically it's that. And the water was something we hadn't mentioned as a problem. Using lots and lots of water. So the recycling rainwater. Interesting solutions. If you want to read the transcript, it's on slide 5 and 6. But now what we're going to do is have our own meeting. You're part of the project team to open a sustainable club in your city or town. The project is nearly complete, and you are now planning the launch party, which will take place in 1 month. These are the key tasks that need to be done. Okay, this is what still needs to be done. Let's read through this really quickly. Okay? Mr. Lionel, can you read the venue for us and then just make sure that everything is clear? What needs to be done in the venue? By the way, Lionel, do you know what the word venue means? Can you think of an example of a venue?
It's as like a place where people meet.
Yeah, for mostly for entertainment. Yeah, a venue.
It's like an office, right?
Not an office, but it could be any kind of place where you have entertainment. Any kind of a place. Like, for example, if the Rolling Stones come to your city, what venue will they play? They're a very famous old rock band. Where will they play in your city?
Okay.
Where would they play? What kind of venue, Lionel?
Maybe in a stadium.
Yeah. So a stadium is a really big venue. If you were going to play your guitar, Lionel, what venue would you play at? What would you play at a stadium?
No, no. In my house.
In your house. Your house would have to be your venue. Okay, very good. So Lionel, read through venue for us.
Okay. Finalize installation of the electrical equipment. Finish the decoration. Quit the relaxing zone.
Relaxation.
Relaxation zone. Install kitchens and toilets.
Okay. If there's any questions about any of these tasks, just ask. If anything's not clear. Rebecca, let's read about the tasks for the launch party coming up.
Okay. Confirm all DJs and special events. Confirm others with food and drink suppliers. Receive delivery from food and drink suppliers. Hire and train staff.
Okay. If there's any questions, just ask if anything isn't clear. Okay?
Okay.
Tanya, read publicity. What needs to be done?
Print leaflets and posters. Start distributing.
Good. Distributing. Good.
Distributing leaflets. Is correct?
That's right.
Leaflets and posters. Send out invitations. Update the website and organize a radio advertisement.
Good. With the word distribution, it's a little bit different as a noun and as a verb. So here, distribution is correct, but we have to say as a verb, start distributing. Start distributing. 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 Yeah. So the stress is on the distributing.
Distributing.
Good, good. All right, that's what we're going to have our meeting about. We've got different groups. I'm going to put you all in a group. Group A, you are working on the venue and the equipment. Group B, you are working on the launch party. Group C, you are working on the publicity. When you have read your information, hold a meeting. Make sure you know at the end of the meeting exactly what needs to be done, who will do it, and when it will be completed. So this last slide just tells you what you need to do. The main thing is you're going to update each other. If you need to make notes about what's being done, discuss how you're going to proceed, and allocate tasks by agreeing together. Okay? Group A. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Group A. Ellen, Jose. Let's see, Helen, Jose, and Cornell. I'm going to put you all together in Group A. So your information is on slide 8. Okay?
Okay.
So you might want to open this in your computer, because I'm not going to have this on screen. Open this. So there's the link once again. So Cornell, what page is your information on?
A.
Good. Okay.
Was it a test?
It was a test. Because sometimes you're sleeping. Sometimes you're sleeping.
I am awake.
Sure. Okay.
I am awake.
On slide 9, Lionel and no, I'm going to break the Brazilians up. One Brazilian per group. So Tanya and Lionel. Let's put you two together in Group B.
Okay.
So Lionel and Tanya, you're on slide 9. Okay?
Okay.
Wellington and Rebecca, you are on slide 10. Okay, Wellington? Okay.
Okay.
And Rebecca, see where we are? Slide 10, yeah?
Yes, okay.
Okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute to read your information.
Okay.
1 minute.
Wait,
So
open. I'm still
If you need the
trying.
link, just tell me, okay?
Yes. Is it the presentation, linked presentation, yes?
Right. In your case, you're on slide 8.
Yeah, 8, I know, but I cannot find.
Do you see the link in the chat window?
B1, U2 projects? Oh, okay.
When you open it, it looks like
yeah, okay.
this.
I think I got it.
Yeah? Okay. Now I'm going to put slide 3 on the screen. Read through your information, and I'll give you another minute, okay? Okay, on screen, I'm going to remind you of some of the keywords that we've used, key expressions from earlier classes. So you will see, can you see this? There we go. I'm going to keep these on screen because I want you to use these actively throughout the meeting. Okay, is everyone ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's try it. I'm gonna be the one running the meeting, but you are going to be updating each other. Okay? So, thanks everyone for coming today. As you know, we're here to finalize all the details for our launch party, which is coming up really, really soon. So what I'd like to do is to see how each group is getting on with their tasks. Okay? And if you have any questions for each other, let's deal with them, in each part of the meeting. So, Group A, what was your task?
First of all, I would like to sum up our duties.
Okay.
Organizing the installation of the dance floor, the sound system, the toilets, and the kitchen equipment. And Ellen, could you please add the another ones?
Yes, we also have to make sure that the painting and the decoration is done, and also buying plants and furniture. But all that is done. So I give the word to. Sorry, forgot the name.
Jose?
Jose.
Yes.
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 So tell us a little bit about where you're at right now. Where are you at? So we know what your responsibilities were. Where are you at with the project?
So far, so good. The painting and decoration, the wall wedding is on track, and buying plants and furniture for the reception is on track. But I have some problems with the first task, organizing the installation of the dance floor, the sound system, the toilets, and the kitchen equipment.
Ah, you're having some problems. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
I need a specialist electrician to complete the work on the dance floor and link it up to the sound system and the lights. The company that I booked has pulled out, and I need to find a replacement.
Okay, so we're gonna have to shop around to find an electrician. Okay. Well, let's see how the other groups are doing. So,
Okay.
Group B, what were some of your responsibilities?
Our responsibility is booking the DJs and other acts,
Okay.
organize special events such as ethical clothing and makeup displays, ordering all the food and drink for the events, hire and training staffs.
Okay, very good. And Lionel, you're with her in Group 2, aren't you? In Group B, you're
Yes.
with her. Okay. So, Lionel, where are you? Where are you at with the project? Now that I know the responsibilities, what's happening with your status of your project? Where are you at with it now?
We are fine. We have a little problem, but we are fine. For example, we started to book people, and we have the supplier for the food and the drink.
Good, good. But you had a problem?
Yes, we had a little problem because the DJ that we book is no longer available. So we had to find another one.
Okay. So that sounds like it's could be a little bit expensive. DJs maybe don't come cheap.
Yes, we are worried about our budget. The DJ is asking a lot of money, so we can get over budget.
We can go over budget.
Yes, we can go over budget.
Okay, so to recap, we need an electrician and we probably need a DJ, if I understood correctly. Okay, so let's go on to Group C. Bring us up to date. What did you have to do in your project, Group C?
We have to advertise the launch party with leaflets and posters, and using special invitations for local business people. Another one is recording a commercial for the local radio station, and setting up a website and making sure it is to date.
Okay. And Wellington, so where are you at with these responsibilities? What's the status?
Well, the status, the left is red.
You mean the leaflets?
Yes, the leaflet is red.
Like this, leaflet
is red, and we are waiting the invitations.
Invitations.
The invitations.
You can say it two ways, by the way. You can say invites or invitations. Invites or invitations.
Okay. And the web is has been designed but yes, has been designed and working well, and the commercial has been recorded but needs approbation.
So it needs to be approved.
Approved, yes.
Okay.
Approved by the team.
Okay.
But need approbation is correct, right?
No. Approved.
No?
Approved. Yeah.
Okay.
And so, Rebecca, what's the main problem you think you're dealing with in terms of getting things done on time?
The website is it needs to be updated more frequently, because it's very important.
Updated. Okay.
More frequently.
Right.
And we need more help. But it's too expensive because, it's too expensive.
Yeah, we've got a limited budget. So.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like it's going according to plan, but just to recap, we've got a budget issue because we need to get a specialist in here to do the installations. We need to get a DJ because we need entertainment. There's no doubt about it. And if I understood correctly, you really need some help for handing out the flyers, and we need people out there on the streets publicizing this. Okay? Does that sound about right? Am I understanding everything correctly, group?
Yes.
Yeah? Did I miss anything? Or we're good to go? Okay. So we need to have, for the rest of the meeting, we need to, whoops. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Wait, let me put it back on screen. Wait. There we go. So let's go back to our response. Let's go back to our unfinished tasks on slide 7. Okay? Now, I want you to ask each other about these tasks and decide who's doing what. In particular, the things that are related to the budget and the things that are, you know, really that you've got a problem with. Okay? We've got to figure out solutions to those. All right? So I'd like you to ask each other about some of these things just to verify that things are done. So I'm going to keep going around from group ABC, like that, and the next person can ask a question about one of these facts. You want to start us off? Jose?
Yes.
Go for it. So you're in group A?
Yes. How are things going?
Who are you speaking to?
With the team B, for example.
Ah, okay, good. I want you to be more specific. Ask them about one of their tasks.
What's happening with confirm orders with food and drink suppliers?
What's happening with confirming orders?
Yes. What's happening with confirming orders with food and drink suppliers?
Who wants that one? Can anyone respond?
Yes, this is done.
It's already done. Okay. So, Lionel, when you're giving an update, look at those key expressions. What could you add to "this is done"? What expression could you add?
Everything on track now.
Yeah. That's it. That's good.
We
good.
finished,
yeah.
Or we complete.
Or both.
Okay.
So you could say, Lionel, well, Jose, everything's on track. We've completed that task.
Yes.
Or it's on track, because you're talking about one thing.
It's on track.
Okay, let's go now to Lionel. Lionel, I want you to ask Team C about one of their tasks. Lionel, I want you to ask Team C about one of their tasks.
Okay. Group C. What about the update to the website?
Who wants that one, Group C?
Well, so far so good, but I think it would need to update it more frequently. But we can solve it soon. That.
Okay. Tanya, not Tanya, I'm sorry, Rebecca. Rebecca, I want you to ask Group A about one of their tasks.
Okay.
Sorry, teacher.
Yeah.
What is the page you with the questions? It's another. Okay.
It's another presentation, but I'll put it in the links for you. Okay. So presentation 2, and you've got it in the chat window right now. If you want to see that, it's there. Okay. So Rebecca, what was your question for Group A?
Well, what's happening with the decoration?
Who wants it, Group A? Who wants it? Ellen, can you talk about that?
Well, the decoration is finished. The only problem we have is finding a specialist electrician.
Okay.
So far so good in that way when it comes to decoration.
Okay.
Nice to hear that.
So, before we end this meeting, let's try to solve our problems. If you want to stick around for a minute or two more, we can try to solve our problems. Let's talk to each other like we're in a real business meeting and see if we can solve those 3 problems. People to distribute flyers,
Yes,
we need a
why?
specialist, and we need a DJ.
Yes, I was thinking for distributing the flyers.
Right?
Why don't we ask students to distribute them, and then we can give them like a free entrance on the launching day, so it doesn't cost money and we get promotion.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Group C? Is that good?
You are saying to use students to do it, to distribute the leaflets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they can have a free entrance. So and then they spend also money when they come to drink something. So we
Well,
get
but
more
you know,
people.
they are so young, and I not trust them. They are really. They are not sensitive, no sensible. You know, really sensible.
But
I
they're
prefer
free.
to hire a professional for that.
Mm.
Make sure the job would be done.
Mm. But we have a budget problem, so I don't know, Rebecca. They're free.
Yeah.
Free can't be free.
Well, I know, but you know, things have to be done properly. If we do, if we make some mistakes, will be a win project.
Mm. Okay.
It's
Well,
my way to do
let's
things.
Yeah, but
put that on the back burner then.
Rebecca, our budget is very strict, and we wouldn't like to exceed it.
Okay, we'll take a vote at the end of the meeting, but look at that expression in the chat window. Put it on the back burner for now.
I can see it.
Put it on the back burner. Like when you're on the stove and you let things simmer, you put them on the back of the stove. Put it on the back burner for now. Okay, what about our DJ problem? What do you think about that, group? Group, what do you think about our DJ problem? Tanya?
Okay, we have found the DJ to with we don't need to spend a lot of money.
Okay.
So we are on budget, and we have found a supplier of organic beer too. So
Okay.
everything is on track.
Okay, but the whole launch is going to hinge on having great. I mean, it's got to be a slam dunk. The opening night, it's got to knock people's socks off. So, I know we're on budget, but do we have the right DJ? That's what I'm worried about. What do the rest of you think? By the way, do you think that the DJ is really important, or do you think that the venue is more important?
The DJ, it's important.
The venue is more important.
You think the venue is more important? So do you think the venue, if it looks nice, it'll sell itself?
No. DJ is important. Maybe organizing a competition for several DJs and see which one. Maybe beginning DJs. So, and then they can win a prize, and like this we can have a cheap DJ and we know he's good.
But he is asking a lot of money, and we don't have money to pay.
What do you think about Ellen's idea, having a little competition, and like we could sell it. Ellen, you were saying that maybe it's for people just starting out. You could sell it as like a talent contest, kind of.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And then you know at once if they're good or no, if they know what they're doing, and they're good ones, even with the beginning ones. And yeah, it's a win-win again.
What do you think about that, Leonel and Tanya? What if instead of hiring a DJ, we have an actual contest for our launch, and people will come maybe because they're excited to see new talent, and then we solve the budget problem then. We can take our budget. We can give it as prize money. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, for me it's okay. We can do that.
Okay, Lionel, does that sound all right?
Yes, I agree with Tanya.
All right, okay. And so, is that everything? Did we solve all of our problems?
Yes.
Except for the electrician, yes.
The electrician.
Did we didn't get an electrician, did we?
No, we didn't. He's too expensive.
Cornell, you're a very good electrician, aren't you? You're good at that. Am I right?
You can do that.
We found one. Problem solved.
I think
So
we
far,
found it. I
so
think
good. Everything is running well with the project, and
okay.
everything has been solved. So we are waiting for the visitors for the club.
Okay. Well, I guess that solves it. Okay. So, if you want to review any of the vocabulary or key expressions, keep the links to those two projects, those two presentations, and we're going to keep recycling this vocabulary in other meetings that we'll have. At the end of every unit, we've got a case study where we're going to do something realistic like this. So hold on to those expressions. We're going to stop now. If you want to follow me on Verbling, you can see all my upcoming classes at that link in the chat window. Any questions or comments, then send them to me. And if you want to get a little bit of extra practice, I believe I have I've got two homeworks for you to do. One of them is about the grammar from the other day. If I didn't send it to you, I will. But I'm also going to give you a little progress test if you've been attending all the classes in the unit and see how much you've retained now that the unit is over. Okay? Great job on the meeting, everyone. I think we're going to have a good launch. I'll be back tomorrow at 10 and 11 GMT for learning from pictures and great short stories. Okay? So see you tomorrow for that. Have a great day, and I'll send you the homework
Bye-bye,
later
John.
today.
John Eric, may I have a question?
Go for it.
What will be the next business class topic?
The next unit is all about what you do outside of work. It's about leisure time, and the final activity we're going to do is a kind of an interactive game in the 8th class. So it's not going to be a simulation like this.
Okay, thanks so much.
Yeah? Okay. All right. Have a great day, everyone, and I'll send you the homework a little bit later. Bye.
Bye-bye. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.